There's a couple people in here.
Okay, yeah, I can't. I'm seeing over here. So this came about impromptu. I went to Uncanny Swag. What's going on? Hey, Moonlit, what's going on, sweetie? How's everything? Discovery Bay, what's going on, brother? Spill Pen Comics, what's good? This is impromptu. I went to see the Eternals last night and was talking in a group chat, and Josh went to see the Eternals last night, and we both had the same reaction to the movie. We liked it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was, you know what? You saw the Rotten Tomato stuff that was going on. Nicholas Gultra, how's it going? And you were like, oh my God, really? I hope this isn't the way it is. And I came away pleasantly surprised. Is it the top tier Endgame? No. But is it Iron Man 3 or, Thor 2? No. This movie was good, and it leads to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, look, Josh, what was your opinion? The spoiler free. We're not giving anything away. What was your opinion of the movie?
I liked it. I mean, I thought, like we were talking today, if I was to grade it, I'd give it a solid 8.0, which I grade movies and shows harsh, like real harsh, because there's just so much you can pick apart in them. I liked it, and I think the reason I liked it so much is, like, I'm not like a big like Eternal guy, but I know enough to know, a lot of it going into it, but like I still don't have expectations for it. And going into the thing, I still haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, but my concern with both of these movies is that they would be good, but still not a lot of people would like them because they're not the typical superhero Marvel movie that most people are going to want. Most people want the fight scenes and the explosions and that. And it's not that you don't get that in this movie, but this movie is purely story driven. And it gives you a lot of that backstory on where, these guys and girls come from. And it's neat. It goes to a place that we haven't really dealt with before in the MCU. We've been to space, but it hasn't been cosmic stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, to see the Celestials, like, I don't think they could have done them any better. Like, That's how I see them in the comics. That's how, like, we can go down this path later, but like seeing the Celestials, like, you can see now how Galactus can be done at some point.
Yep, it's a tribute to Kirby because they did them the way Kirby drew them. I mean, it was epic. I think, and it's just my opinion, but what happened was that people didn't understand. There's so many Eternals. Well, you have 8 in the movie, right? Mm-hmm. That it's not like you got to story build throughout the Marvel universe and bring each character in. You had to tell the story for 8 characters into one movie. That's why it's 2.5 hours long, but it's a different type of storytelling, which I really enjoyed. It wasn't just a bam, pow fighting movie. It had depth. It was really deep, Yeah. It was real deep.
And it's told in a way, too, which I like. I don't want to say it's like kind of like a Tarantino movie in a way, but there's a lot of, all right, present day, let's jump back. Present day, let's jump back. Yeah. Let's keep going to different points, and it all fits together really nicely, in the end. And the other thing that I really liked about this, too, I mean, the rumor was going into this that this was going to be based off of Neil Gaiman's run, which it was. A lot of it was. Yep. Things are different, but most of these movies, like, you can, and not just Marvel movies, but movies in general, like, I don't know, like, I can see what's going to happen, like, pretty early in the movie, like, from almost the jump, like, who's going to be the bad guy, even though they're a good guy right now.
Right.
This one, I didn't see this one kind of coming. Me personally, I didn't see it.
You know what? And I'm going to be completely honest. I did not read all of the Eternals. I read that so many years ago and got bored with it because it was a terrible title.
Yeah,
it was. It was a terrible title.
Are you talking about the Kirby run or the game?
The Kirby run was boring. I mean, Kirby, God bless, and rest his soul, was a comic god, but he couldn't write a story. I didn't think. So, it was exciting. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The cinematography on it is great. They do the Black Knight a lot of justice, which is not the Black Knight, but you're going to see Dane Whitman. I'm going to try and keep this for now as spoiler free as possible. But I will give you guys a warning. Some of the books we're going to talk about will be spoiler heavy. So if you don't want to, I'll give you guys fair warning before I start doing that. And you don't have to watch it if you don't want to watch it. But I'm telling you now, Feige does it again. Again and again and again, man. But you know what? This has been an ongoing discussion with me and Josh all day long. I was actually talking to Matty Forge about this and my son Justin about this as soon as we left the movies yesterday, because there's just so much stuff that you want to talk about. But before we talk about that, let's talk about a book that has nothing to do with this, but kind of in that same realm, and that's this book right there. That's Thor 129, and that's the first appearance of Ares, right?
Yep.
Now, Murph brought this to our attention today. A couple of days ago in a group chat. And if you guys are not paying attention, this is a book to pick up. This book has gotten pretty expensive.
Yeah, really expensive.
Yeah, it's about a $400+ book in an 8.0.
Yep.
So
no, I think it's higher than that actually.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah. Because Nick put me. Well, I mean, Nick's been on Thor for a very long time, and he, shout outs to guys like him and like Comic Spectre, who was onto like all this early Thor stuff before it like really started popping off, because they're the guys that are gonna win in the end on all this stuff. But yeah, I mean, there is so many first appearances in that book. It's ridiculous.
I saw that. I was looking through it today. There's quite a few. Ares being the big one. Yeah. Because there's spec on Ares possibly being somewhere along in one of the Thor movies. But I just couldn't believe, because I had that book sitting around as part of the collection that I bought with Manny, and I have it around there somewhere. But man, you when they posted that, I was like, holy smokes! I didn't realize that book had gotten so expensive. Good book to pick up, man. If you could snatch that up in the wild before it blows up.
And here's the other thing too. Thor, in my opinion, Thor is a run where, unless it's like one of the keys that like really jumps out at people like right away, these are still kind of books that like you can catch, like even like real low. I mean, they might not be in the best shape, but still, you'll still be able to catch them pretty low, because most people don't even know what these Thor books are.
Remember the Thor books like this. If it's not the key, like you said, $15 books in VG to VF minus, VG plus shape. That's the norm. You catch this book now, and you find it out there in a run, and they've already taken out the early ones and stuff like that. I mean, you're going to do good. Yeah, you're going to do real good. But I just a book that I was like, wow, I was impressed. I was impressed with it.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised you didn't know about that. I got to be honest.
Yeah, Murph put that up the other day, and I was like, let me take a look at this. And I pulled up the numbers. And Murph's in the chats right now. Shout out, Murph. Good pick on that one. But that was just every once in a while you're like, wow, this book got me. And then so as we were talking in the movie, you get to see Dane Whitman, and we all knew that Kit Harington was coming. I believe he has a 6-picture deal with the Marvel, so they're going to build a story around him. What kind of story? Now I don't know, but they are definitely building a story around him. And everybody knows Dane Whitman becomes the Black Knight. An integral part, Avengers 47, first Dane Whitman, Avengers 48, first Black Knight. But the other book, and you've spoken about this, I speak about this, I know the Defects speak about it, the Warriors speak about it, but people still sleep on this book right here. That's Avengers number 71. So now, Avengers 71 is unofficially the first appearance of the Invaders, a great World War II team. But it is also the first time that Dane Whitman joins the Avengers. So you said you were looking for this book today, right, Josh?
Yeah, I was trying to find that. And what's the other one that I need? 50, whatever his second, whatever they say is his second.
Was that 57? Is that the one?
Yeah.
With the Reaper on the cover? Is that it?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. Yeah, keep going. But most people think, because most people think like 47 and 48. Well, he's in the Avengers, so he's probably part of. But he's not. He's not part of the Avengers.
He's not, and it's not till here. I mean, he helps the Avengers out. It's not till this book, which we're talking almost 30 issues later, that he becomes a member of the Avengers. He actually leads the Avengers further down the line at some point. So I mean, he is Dane Whitman is an integral part of the Avengers. For those that don't know that, what was bigger in the MCU than building up the Avengers? Yeah, I see, because Cap doesn't have his round shield because he's from the he's in World War II, so I'm thinking he uses the first shield on that cover, Steve. That's what I saw that. You saw that book. Knights of Ren said he saw that book at a show last weekend. Yeah, you should have picked it up. I like that book. Hey, Chris, what's going on? I like that book a lot.
Again, most Avengers books, unless they're the big keys, they don't go for.
Although now, all of a sudden,
I mean, like you won't.
How Avengers now, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing stuff that you never saw before.
Yeah.
Little minor stuff has become expensive stuff.
54. That's what I'm talking about. This one.
Which one is that one? Oh, okay. Yeah. I know exactly the book there. It's got the Ulysses claw on there and everything else, claw and all of that on there. But so those are the two books that we were talking about that we really, I think everybody kind of knows those books are coming, and but if you don't have them, it's a book that you guys should be picking up. But now we're going to show you 3 more books. These are books that Josh and I both spec on. One of them, it's been out there for a bit, and I think now it's going to catch a lot of heat. But if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want any spoilers, then please just, either turn the sound down. Actually, you don't want to see it because I'm going to show pictures, all right?
Bounce.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. But I'm going to give it 10 seconds, all right? And then I'm going to blow up one of the books that I've been picking up, and I think you guys should be picking up too. All right? So we're close there. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to take a look inside the chat. Say what's going on to everybody there. Mike the Beast, what's going on? Ray from Carolina, how's everything, Ray? Copper Age Matt, Peter Porker picked up an Avengers 48 for like $120 in the 5.0. Man, that's a score, brother.
Yeah.
Beantown says Silver Age FF and Spidey demand a premium or even higher price. I agree. I mean, there was a point when Silver Age Spideys were $30 if they weren't keys. No more. That day's done.
Man, I wish I could go back to that.
Yeah, that day is done. Yeah, you and me both, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moonlit, you don't want to hear this because I'm going to put some stuff out there. All right, guys.
Oh, wait, before you get into that, how packed was your movie theater? What time did you see that? I saw that at 6 at night last night.
I went at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I did the same thing. It was packed.
Was it?
Yeah, I had a lot of people in there.
There was
nobody.
No, it was me, my brother, and my brother's family, and like 5 other people.
Really? No. I had a crowded theater, but what I did see was a lot of people left before the end trailers. I was like, what the hell's going on? People were walking out not realizing that a trailer was coming.
Yeah. So we didn't have anyone leave so everyone knew I think there was going to be at least one. And then my brother's family gets up, they don't care that much. And even Nick gets up. I'm like, bro, I don't know, but like I heard there's supposed to be 2 here, so you might not want to go anywhere. And they walked off, but I could still see them like hanging out over there. So thankfully they stayed. What trailers did you get? Did you get Morbius?
Yes, which I loved.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Oh, I think it looks awesome.
I tell you what, I hope I'm not disappointed, but that's what Morbius is supposed to look like.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
To answer your question, yeah, we both liked it. Man from Beantown is giving it a 6.0. I went a little higher than that, Ben.
Me too.
I was an 8. I'm saying an 8.5 off-white pages, man.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I'm saying I realize though that this movie is not going to be for
Ugly Ewok said it was a stinker.
It's not going to be for everybody. I get that. Yep. I really do, but I liked it.
Oh no, Betty said it's not his movie review. Okay. Yeah, you know what? But if Sony does it right, I just think I don't trust Sony. You know, especially what they've done with Venom.
Yeah.
But if they do it right, that Morbius looks great.
Yeah. I like the you know, like the smoke effect, like the purple, the red.
With the purple, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think I got Morbius. What else did I get? Did I get Ghostbusters again? No, I don't know if I saw the Ghostbusters trailer.
No, I got Sing 2. There was like a couple anime, and then Encanto.
Oh yeah. That was the first one they showed. That right? Yeah.
I was kind of surprised no Spider-Man, even if it wasn't just the same Spider-Man.
They're saying that Spider-Man is going to be probably a trailer for Ghostbusters, which is the next big movie to come out. Because I heard it today, and it was actually true. There's not even a movie poster out for Spider-Man yet. You haven't seen that anywhere.
Okay, so I saw somebody, who was it? The Cosmic Wonder, I think. He put it on his Twitter about supposedly the leaked poster for it. So go check him out.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
He is good. He's most of his stuff is usually pretty accurate. Lord of Brooklyn, yeah, that Adventure into Fear book with Morbius. I just picked one of those up at a show, like a high grade, not like ridiculously high, but like in the 8s somewhere. And I didn't check the inside of it at all, which bad thing to do, no doubt. It's something I rarely do, but I got it at the end of the show. It was cheap. I'm like, oh, you know, fine. Open it up, Mark Jewelers.
Oh damn! I saw you put a picture of that, right?
Yeah.
I saw that on Instagram. That was insane. You know what? That's when you get lucky. You get lucky like that every once in a while, man. And when you get stuff like that,
that's my first ever Mark Jewelers book. Believe it or not, I've never had one.
And I've told the story a bunch of times, but I had to be about 17 years old, and I bought out a local kids comic collection, right? Yeah. It was like a short box of books, and bagged and boarded them, put them away. And now I get out of comics for many years. I come back 10 years later, right? 10 years ago, I'm going through my books, and I'm looking through it. It's a Commandy book.
Yeah.
The Commandy #1, right? And I'm like, And I don't know why, Josh. I opened the first page. There's a Jack Kirby signature on it.
Really?
I send it to CBCS. Authenticated Jack Kirby signature in it. It was just like, what surprise? Here you go. You know.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's in the collection.
I was about to say, if you sold that, oh my God, I'd come to the screen and smack you. No. Don't get rid of a Jack Kirby signature.
Yeah, no, I kept that one. That one stays in the collection.
Didn't Manny find a Jack Kirby signature too?
Yeah, you know who Manny had too? He had quite a few of Nick Cardy.
Yeah.
Which was a tough guy. He did all the old Teen Titans and Aquaman and all of that stuff, you know? Somebody said Hawkeye Holiday series looks better than the current MCU. I didn't even know there was a Hawkeye Holiday series. Oh, the Hawkeye Holiday series. Yeah, that looks good. Hawkeye looks real good. I mean, Hawkeye is just, you're seeing what they're doing. Young Avengers is coming.
Yep.
They're laying the groundwork. Knights of Ren said he found a Mark's Jewel at X-Men 131.
I saw the Dorkeries found a first Cable Mark Jewelers.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, man from Beantown said he should have bought a Batman 171 for $60 at that show, Josh.
Yeah, we had a Batman 171. It was $60, and there was 2 other books that Benny wanted, and I'm like, yeah, they'll be there next show. No one wants these.
$60 for a Batman 171. That's the first print, right?
Yeah, first Silver Age Riddler. It was pretty beat up. I mean, it presented really nice from the front, but the bottom staple was the bottom part of the cover was detached, and you know, things like that. So, but still, good price.
I would have took it.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, guys. All right, so when you see the end trailers, there's been talk about this for a while now, and it's kind of not a spoiler because everybody kind of knew, but you get Starfox, and you get Pip the Troll. What did you think of that?
Okay, so the rumor, obviously, the whole thing about Starfox and what's his face?
Pip the Troll.
No, the guy that plays Starfox.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Yeah, Harry Styles. That's been going around for the last couple of weeks that was going to happen.
Yeah.
The whole Pip the Troll thing, that's also been rumored, but I didn't think it would happen here.
No, it was Thor. It was rumored in Thor. Remember when he's building the God Hammer, that Stormbreaker?
Yeah.
the rumor was that was supposed to be Pip the Troll. Initially, everybody thought it was going to be Pip the Troll. That never happened.
Yeah.
But now we get Eros, brother of Thanos, who is both are children of Celestials.
Yeah.
Tied into this, and it bugged me out because the costume was pretty accurate. It was the more modern costume, but I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I didn't think. I mean, he only has, you know, obviously very few lines, but I didn't hate him.
No, besides he's laying the groundwork for the future. So this book here was a $25 book. I want to see what happens a week from now with this book, because we all know Iron Man 55 is his first cameo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Captain Marvel 27 is his first full, which is also the second Drax.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where he gets the name Starfox, which is what he's known throughout the MCU as. So a $25 book all day long. Look on eBay sold. Let's see what happens now with that book, because I think that book is going to pop.
I think, I mean, I've been watching, I haven't been watching that one that close, but I've been watching all those, obviously Iron Man 55, but all those Captain Marvel books from like 26 to about 31-ish. Yeah. Those have gone like crazy recently. And once again, my freaking brother, man, like, if nothing but by sheer luck does this happen to him, all the freaking me and my buddy Paul bought a short box, nice short box of stuff.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and he got all the Captain Marvel stuff and in the Iron Man 55. Now the Iron Man 55 is mid-grade, but all that Captain Marvel stuff, which is good books, like you said, Second Drax and all that kind of stuff. Like ridiculously high grade, like 9.4 and up high grade. So yeah, so those books, again, those Captain Marvel books, that the Avengers 232, like get to work, people. Like, get them now before they really start, going.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right. Iron Man 55 out of a lot of people's reach, right? But Captain Marvel 27 is still affordable enough that you can get it, and Avengers 232 is definitely affordable and a definite book for somebody to scoop up there and, get a good ROI on the book. And it's a great cover. And shout out to Jim Starlin, man. These are all Jim Starlin creations again. So he's getting his royalties from the MCU. He's got to be happy that they're taking all his cosmic stuff. He's the king of cosmic stuff. He did some great stuff.
Wouldn't you just love to be at some of these like board meetings with Feige and just like, I would love to know like in their war room, so to speak, like how they've got everything mapped out and how they choose characters. Cause like, who would ever think they would choose like a character like that?
Feige's the man behind. He's Oz, right? He's the guy behind the counter. Yeah. But his team who comes up with this, how are they doing it?
Yeah.
Because remember, they have to think 5 years ahead.
Yeah.
So everything that we say, oh my God, look at this. That's been picked 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So now what is coming down the line in 5 years? I tell you what, something that came down the line, I saw Mikey Sutton, and if you guys don't read Geekosity, and Mikey Sutton, and TiVo does a lot of his stuff, so shout out to TiVo and shout out to Mikey Sutton with Geekosity. But he dropped something today that Iron Lad is going to be in the next Ant-Man and the Wasp movie.
Really?
Yes. That is Nathaniel Richards.
Right. So now you've literally will have had them all somewhere.
We have, by doing that, we have Kang, which he's just a younger version of Kang, but we have the Young Avengers forming.
Right.
Because we're getting America Chavez coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting Kate Bishop. And I believe the girl that plays Stature is getting something. She might be in the Ant-Man movie also, but she's got something else coming along. They're all there. The only one that's not there is Hulkling.
But he's rumored to be maybe in She-Hulk.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. So,
or wait a minute, or maybe something else though too. I can't remember what, but he's rumored to be in something now too.
Okay, and then the other big spec that was coming out of this movie, and you and I both were just talking about this off air, is there's a scene where there is how shall I put it? There's a gigantic Earth movement, and a gigantic tidal wave ensues, type of thing. And there's rumors, and Mikey Sutton put that out again, that this is going to be the reason that the Submariner surfaces from Atlantis, and the Submariner will be the antagonist in Black Panther #2.
Yeah.
So the Eternals are going to give you Space Odyssey. The Eternals are going to give you the first mutant, which could be Namor, which leads into that. How can you not like that movie?
Yeah, I like because again, there was all that Namor spec going on around this movie for not so much that reason prior to people seeing it, but like people were thinking like the kid in the beginning. Yeah, because he had, which I didn't see any pointy ears on him, and that's put to bed like immediately. Yeah. Like that's not him. And then there was rumors going around about who was it that was on set that maybe he's going to be Namor and not the guy that they basically have almost confirmed is going to be Namor. So a lot of Namor spec that's been around this whole thing. We'll see if that's what happens. But I mean, it's a good theory.
It's a good theory, and the thing is that Mikey Sutton's been on point with more than any of these other spec guys. His information has been pretty good. So it's all about that owning that property. Marvel does have the ownership. It was on that shaky ground because that Incredible Hulk property and the Submariner property were both owned by Fox. Was it Fox? No, it was Fox or Universal.
Yeah. So I have a feeling like this is going to awaken more than just I have a feeling this event is like the catalyst for, like, I would assume probably phase 5.
Okay.
I have a feeling like this is what awakens things from outside Earth to draw attention to Earth. Maybe Galactus, maybe Surfer, like celestial beings coming to Earth, because this has to, I won't spoil it, but like,
well, if you read, but the Celestials are supposedly going to pass judgment on Earth.
Yeah.
So does that bring mutants? Because that's
okay. Well, how about this? What happens if they pass judgment on Earth, and the way that they pass judgment on Earth is they send Galactus to consume the Earth?
Which, right, because they said they would destroy it, right? I didn't even think of that. And Wolf, we're both talking spoiler against anybody who's just jumping on, but we are talking about the Eternals and things that did happen in this movie. So if you don't want it spoiled, unfortunately, this won't be for you. If not, good to see you guys hang out, man. Appreciate that. That's a great point there, Josh.
Yeah.
Even a hint at Galactus is all I need to see.
Yeah. I'd lose my shit. Like, I wasn't thinking it was going to happen yesterday, but I'm like, there's just a piece of me that, like, if they show him, or show something even related to him, I'm going to lose it in this theater.
Yep. All right. So now, that was one of the spoilers there, right? But then you get another end credit scene, and you're going to get Kit Harington. Now, throughout the movie, they hint at his legacy of being the Black Knight. He's told to go amend his family issues with his uncle, who was the evil Black Knight. His grandfather was Percy, the good Black Knight. So they have that mansion that they own, and that's where he gets the ebony blade. Cut to a scene, and you see Dane Whitman in what appears to be that castle. You see the Black Knight emblem on a case, and he pops it open, and you see the fucking ebony blade. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's the ebony blade, right?
But pause for a minute.
Yeah.
Didn't you think it was weird, though, that prior to all that happening, when they were on the Domo, and Sprite says to...
Yes.
She goes, is that the ebony blade?
Yes.
And she's like...
And he said, no, it's Excalibur.
Excalibur, right? Yeah,
right? Yeah. But that's all a tie-in, because the ebony blade, Merlin creates the ebony blade. Merlin's also part of Excalibur, but they also show that the Eternals lived through King Arthur, and all of that stuff, and the Knights of the Round Table, and all that is true stuff that actually happened in their time frame.
Yeah.
So that was a good little nod to it. But so I'm watching it, and he starts to reach down. You see, like the blade is unwrapped a little bit, right? But this is the part that got me thinking, Josh. Think about this, right? He goes to touch it, right? It reads. There's an incantation that reads something about death, right?
Yeah.
And he goes to touch it, and the liquid on the blade moves.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I don't know. I didn't know what.
Think about this though. Think about this though. Go to God Butcher, right? And no, right?
Uh-huh.
His blade, isn't it made from something that moves like that too? Is it enchanted? Is it leading to?
Okay. I mean, yeah. Technically, all black. The Necro Sword is, a symbiote.
I don't think so, but it was just really weird that it was alive and moving like that. But he's about to touch it, and he hears a voice in the background, and it's like, "Do you really want to do? Are you ready to do that, Mr. Whitman?" And at first, I didn't know who the fuck it was. Did you know who it was immediately or no?
Nope.
And just shout out to my son, Justin424, because he was doing some research and he found out that the producer or the director of the movie had said who it was. And they said it's Mahershala Ali.
It's already on Wikipedia too. That
is it on Wiki now?
Yeah. So, not that means 100%, but it's it. It is him. Like it's him.
Yep. That some Roman Curtis says it's apocalypse.
It's not apocalypse. And I told you, Roman, that fucking The Rock would not show up in this movie.
Amazing Murph said Mephisto is coming.
But like when we were talking about it this morning, I'm like, wow, like kind of a weird place to put Blade, like to have them mixed together like that. But not really
Josh,
though.
But Josh, what I think was really good. Tell them how you figured out what you did to get the voices.
Oh, so I filmed the end scenes last night, and I'm like, all right, let me do something here. So I close my eyes and I listen to the voice over and over and over and over and over again. And then I just pull up like the Hunger Games, like a clip from him on the Hunger Games. And I listen to that and I'm just like listening to like the way that he says certain words. I'm like, that is him. That is 100% him.
Now, if that's not taking it to the next level, I don't know what is, man. Yeah. I was impressed by that because you sent me the clip and I'm listening to it. I'm like in the car, I put it up on the car trying to listen to it. I was like, wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, Murph, I don't know. You know what? It probably doesn't pan out to be null, but I just thought it was pretty cool, especially when you saw it moving the way it moved. But I'll tell you what. So now I'm sitting there and I have the same thing. I find out it's Mahershala Ali and I'm like, why Blade?
Yeah,
I know they got to get Blade in movies, but then you start thinking, right? And you start doing research, which is what we both did, and it kind of makes sense. First of all, you're not going to rehash the same Blade stories. You're not going to do the origin. You're not going to do all of those things over again. Yeah. Everybody's expecting Spirits of Vengeance, right? And the Midnight Suns, because Blade's part of that. But we all know that Feige goes in different directions all the time on us, and he doesn't give us what we expect. And we're usually pleasantly surprised. So I start doing some research and I'm like, what would bring Blade and the Black Knight together? And we came with this. Captain Britain and MI13, which is that secret organization that Captain Britain runs. This is the first appearance of, this is issue number 5. This is the first appearance of Blade in MI13, 13. This is a group which the Black Knight is also a member of. Mm-hmm. I believe this story arc has to deal with vampires. They're fighting against vampires.
I haven't read the comics, but I did do the research on it. And
right. Yeah. And they're fighting vampires throughout this whole series, correct?
I think they're fighting vampires, but I think they're also fighting Skrulls, I believe, as well.
Right. Well, the reason for that is that this takes place all throughout Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
The time frame that the Secret Invasion story arc is going on is when this book is out. So, are Feige and the crew possibly putting a Blade cameo in Secret Invasion, or could you see the Black Knight in Secret Invasion? it just blows your mind, man. It just every time you think, oh, that is a nothing book.
Yeah, nothing.
That book has sat in back issue bins forever, and now, mark my words, that will be a spec book.
And they're all beat, and they're all
It's a tough black cover. That book will be a spec book. It was when I sat there.
And I know I pointed it out to Erod. I know he doesn't like it. I'm not really a fan of it either, but there is a 1 in 10 of that book too.
Yeah, I didn't like the cover, but there is a 1 in 10. He's absolutely right. See, that's the whole thing, right? We thought that the Black Knight would go directly to the Avengers, but the Black Knight could go to MI13, which is run by Captain Britain, which has also been speculated to be in the movies.
Yeah,
which was also a part of Excalibur,
which kind of makes sense too, because the whole MI13 is over there in Europe, London specifically. Right. That's where they are. That's where Dane is.
Right. Yeah. See, Thorough, that thing is ugly, right? That 1 in 10. But again, I mean, and it's a pretty cool cover. I like the cover. The cover a lot. But then Josh was talking to me today, and he brought this up to me. And as you can see, Secret Invasion at the top of it. But Josh, what's that now?
So this is when Dane joins MI13. Right. So he joins on 4. Blade joins on 5. And then I was even looking at like what were the other books like previous to this. So number 1. I don't know if you have the.
No, I don't have it for the 1.
So number 1, I guess, is also like that's probably right now, unless things have changed in the past, 12 hours, which I'm sure Erod bought I know I've bought copies. No. I think Thorough has bought copies probably now. But number 1 is probably a book to get because that's like the creation, at least to my knowledge, of MI13. I think it's mentioned like somewhere else prior. Yes. It starts off as something else, and then it's renamed in another book. But this is like the first issue is when Captain Britain comes. It's formed, and then
I believe MI13 comes from Excalibur.
Right. Well, that's where I think it's renamed in Excalibur.
Right, because it's a special ops from Excalibur. Murph said he needs his brain is hurting. Yeah, but this is what you got to do. You got to put that thought into it. And again, I'm being real honest. I bought 6 copies today at $2 a piece, man. Because if it pops, it pops. If it's not,
I bought
that on stupid stuff.
Yeah, every single 1, 4, and 5. I bought a couple 1 in 10s, even though they're ugly. Number 1 has a 2nd and 3rd print to it as well. Right. You got to expect that every single one of those books low print runs. But I don't know if you noticed this or not. But it appears, and it makes sense as to why. Where are the majority of those books on eBay being sold from? Yeah,
I saw it from England.
Exactly.
United Kingdom.
Yep. Yeah. So obviously probably bigger over there than it was here.
Yeah. So. Yep. What I don't know, but they're from what Secret Invasion is late 90s, early 2000s, right?
So Secret Invasion.
What year is that?
It's 2008, I thought.
Okay. All right. So the print run's got to be low on that.
Yeah, it's got to be.
The print run's got to be low.
Thorough, can you do the Comic-Con thing?
Yeah. What happened?
I said, Thorough, can you do the Comic-Con thing? He's
in right.
He's like the only one that knows how to work Comic-Con. He'll get us the
Ray from Carolina said Excalibur all dollar bin books. You are right. I believe there's
Secret Invasion is 2008.
2008. I believe there's our chemist just said Secret Invasion and the Skrulls is a perfect way to tie in all the movies and the multiverses. I agree. Thorough said give him the month and the year. He'll give you the print run.
1 sec.
But yeah, I just it's a different way of thinking. I kind of like what Marvel did there. They made you think again. With all the spec that happened that didn't come out in all the TV series. Let's see what happens with this. What they do with this. I was again, and we'll show you those covers once more. but that's issue number 4. That's the first time that Dane Whitman, the Black Knight, joins MI13. And issue number 5 is the first time that Blade joins them. So they're working together on a team. This also has like Spitfire, Union Jack, all the British heroes, big parts of the Invaders.
Do you think it's possible? Like, I feel like Dane Whitman is like more primed for a show.
I could see that. I just don't know how. The thing is that Kit Harington is such a big star that I think he's big screen for them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he can't be both, but.
What's up, Flush Jackson? How's it going, brother? He's raking yards and listening in.
Number 5.
I don't know. Wait, you know what? Union Jack could be so far down the line. We don't even know where he's coming in, if he comes in.
Yeah, right.
You know? I mean, they could do a retro story on Captain America. If they wanted to do another Captain America movie and they wanted to bring Chris Evans back, you could do because he doesn't age, you could do a World War II type of story with the Invaders.
Yeah.
You know, that's just stuff that was that's available and introduce a whole litany of characters there, you know?
Yeah. Where is that 9.6 that I saw today? Hang on, I'll get the year off that. I wonder if somebody bought it already.
Probably going to see sales. I haven't looked at sales yet, but you're probably going to see sales. But yeah, they on eBay, you're seeing those books go for about $3 to $5 a piece right now. But on other sites, I was able to find a bunch for $2 a piece today. So just do your homework, but remember they're going to be condition sensitive because especially issue 5.
Yeah.
That black background. So and those things have been fingered all throughout, you know.
Why can't I find this?
Hope of Chilltown says Morbius takes place in the MCU. Any chance Blade shows up in the credits? Before Eternals, I thought yes, but now probably not. I
doubt it.
I doubt that.
You got to remember that's so. Even though it's the MCU, it's still Sony's verse, whatever you want to call it, first.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely you see one of their like. No, you wouldn't see this guy. It'd be more likely you see someone like Craven. Even it's still too early for him. They haven't probably shot anything with him, but you never know.
Benny said he spent another $8 on issue 4. It's like buying a scratch off, Ben. That's the way I look at it with something like that. Yeah, no, Flush, enjoy your relief raking there.
Oh, okay, here's the date.
Hey, Charlotte, how's everything, sweetie? What's going on?
The date is, well, off the CGC label is November of 2008. That's for issue 5.
Okay. There you go, Thorough. November of 2008.
And make sure I don't know when Thorough's doing it. He's doing another spec. He's doing a spec video as well. I think he said he's doing it tonight. I don't know if he's recording or going live, so make sure you guys go check that out as well.
Yeah, definitely check out Thorough, man. Listen, that's a great channel, and he's the king of spec, man. Thorough was doing spec before everybody in this community was putting out. He put out a lot of stuff that guys jumped on and made good bank on books that he was doing. Pressable Defects, what's going on?
What's up?
Adam Worry, how's it going? So Ray from Carolina says...
Wait, is this Ray, the one that sent Gary his book? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Key is freaking where they're all going with Black Knight. Still think it involves new Avengers. Several Avenger keys with Black Knight. Yeah, I'm telling you, just it's interesting. It makes you think. There you go. Thorough's going live tonight. All right, guys. So after we're done here, we'll be done in a few minutes. Go check out my man Thorough tonight because he's going to be dropping some knowledge and bringing some heat. Josh, you jumping out with Thorough tonight?
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
If he invites me, possibly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know you jump on there quite often. That's why I was asking. But yeah. I mean, that's kind of it, man. That's the spec that we saw. I hope you guys got something out of it. You know, I don't do these a lot, but this one was kind of interesting to me, and the conversation was really good. We were going back and forth all day with this stuff. Every time
Did your son like it?
Huh? He loved it.
You did?
Yeah. Funny though, my older guy really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But my younger son was like, it was a middle of the pack movie for him.
Yeah.
He said it was too cluttered which is what I was trying to get at with them telling so many stories. Because you remember, you're trying to give like a little bit of to each character, and what are they doing now? What's going on now? What's going on here? So,
like, again, this movie is definitely not going to be for everyone. Like, I get that, but like, okay, before we go real quick, if you got a little bit of time, like,
go ahead.
Like, what's some of the things you didn't like? Like, I'll tell you, like, again, spoilers, guys. Like, the one thing that I didn't see the purpose of, really, it served a little bit of purpose, was the one deviant. What's his name? It begins with an E. It begins with an E.
The one that evolves.
Yeah, right. Like,
yeah. I thought that was going to lead to. I thought that was going to be a mutant somewhere along the line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it kept evolving. Remember that he was getting pieces from each Eternal, and then that doesn't happen. Yeah,
the whole and like, I don't know, like the CGI on the deviants was really CGI. It was kind of like it didn't really look well, but not many complaints. I mean, it was a very good movie, I thought. Not spectacular. It was very good though.
And here's the best part. When I talked to you today, I expected you to hate it because you're gloom and doom. So I clearly expected you to hate it, and when you said you liked it, I was like, wow. So, and that's the truth. For Josh to like a movie, it had to be pretty good.
Okay, but here's the thing. Again, yes, that's true, but it's not that I don't like a lot of this stuff. It's just that I point out a lot of the things I didn't like, but it doesn't necessarily mean I didn't like it. There's guys in this community who hate a lot of these movies way more than me. Biggs.
Yes.
Thorough. James.
Yeah.
So
Murph esque is a stepping stone. I think it's a huge.
It's stepping stones in like many directions.
But that's what I'm saying. It branches out into two ways. There's so many little different things.
Yeah.
Now you get Eros, right? Starfox, and he's basically talking to them about he knows where there are other Eternals,
and
right?
He also knows. He says your friends are in trouble. I know where they are. Yeah.
What is that leading to?
Yeah.
Is that the Guardians of the Galaxy? Is that Nova? What? It's something celestial. Yeah. It's something in space. So all that hype about it being space it's definitely coming.
Yeah.
Because that's leading to some type of a space odyssey of some sort.
Is it Eternals? I mean, because it does say, just like it did at the end of Civil War, where it said Spider-Man will return. It does say the Eternals will return.
Oh no, the Eternals are going to be back.
Yeah.
The spec now is that you might see like one Eternal making a cameo in an MCU movie and another Eternal possibly in another MCU movie, tying everything in. So the Eternals will probably be what binds all of the MCU and brings books together.
Who did you like the best out of all of them?
Hold on a second. Thorough's got the print run first. Yeah, let me just put that up first. 32,000, so around 30K for unreported damages and destruction. That's
still higher than I thought.
More than I thought.
But it's still higher than I thought it would be.
Yep. That's for issue 5. 2 characters I really liked a lot. I liked Angelina Jolie's character a lot, and I loved the Asian guy who was protecting her.
Oh, Gilgamesh.
I thought Gilgamesh was great, man.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I really liked Cersei, and I understand that's kind of a cop out, but I think what's her name? Oh my God, this is gonna come in. I really liked her. I thought she really played a really good role in it. But I liked what's her name? Makari.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Even though she's deaf.
Yeah. She's good. She was a good character.
Yeah. Like the scene at the end with her.
Where
she's fighting.
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So it caught me off guard because watching her, and she's all about speed, but the way she utilizes her speed, that was done well.
Yeah.
That was done well.
Yeah. Like like Richard Madden's character, Icarus.
Yeah.
I liked him just fine. Little Superman-y for me. Oh, here's the other weird thing.
Yes.
The thing that I thought was really weird. Twice DC references, straight up. Batman and Superman.
And straight up called him Superman.
Yeah, and straight up said, "Oh, you're his valet." So you're like Alfred to Batman, right?
Yeah. But when they said, he goes, "I don't wear a cape."
Yeah.
Steve Bradley says,
Gemma Chan, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
After watching the movie, which book has more upsides, Eternal 1 or 2? I tell you, the book I think has a lot of upside is Eternals 3.
Yeah.
Because Cersei's going to be a big part of the MCU, man.
Yeah.
I like that. What about you? What do you think there?
I would out of those two, I would say 1, but out of all 3, I would say 3.
Yeah. Gemma Chan, that's her name.
Yeah.
And Ray from Carolina says that Cersei would be the likely connection to the Avengers. Like I said, it was definitely, see, right? Principal Defect says the same thing. 3, Cersei. I thought I didn't want to pick Cersei because everybody's going to pick Cersei. But if you watched Angelina Jolie's character, and I'm not an Angelina Jolie fan, but just the turmoil that she's going through and that whole backstory where she thinks she's crazy and they call it, was it the mad disease or whatever
they
call it?
Weary?
The mad, but it's not.
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Because they almost wiped her brain.
Yeah. And it's cool to see, like, because you would think with like a character or an actress like her, she would be like one of the main, like the main, maybe not the leader, but like maybe like the next one. She's totally a side character.
Yeah, she is. She's not a main star in the movie at all.
Yeah.
But again, I like Gilgamesh a lot. The guy. Oh, thank you, Uncle Roman. Appreciate that. Anybody who hates these Marvel movies should go back to 1990. We had no hope of seeing anything on screen like this and forced to watch that never released. Remember that DVD, Uncle Roman? How bad was that? Well, how about the Captain America series on like CBS where he had a plastic shield on his motorcycle? I mean, we had Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk, and you had that cheesy Spider-Man,
Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher.
Yeah. Dolph Lundgren in whatchamacallit is He-Man, right?
Yeah. They keep playing that movie on HBO all the time now.
Oh man, as bad as he is, I thought Frank Langella as Skeletor was even worse, man.
Was worse, but I still think he was the best one in that movie.
He is. He's the best actor. He's the best actor. So Lords of Brooklyn is thinking that Icarus will be the next tie-in to Hercules. I wasn't enamored with that character. You know.
Well, I mean, do you want to?
But you don't know. You don't know. But you don't know.
That's true.
You don't know. So don't even. You know.
Yeah.
What's up with all the ratios? Ali Burgess says, what's up with all the ratios? It's throwing away money. Investment comics are rare, especially in high grades. Look at all the more than 9 8s and 1,000. Yeah, but that's been forever, Ali. You know, I mean, you buy what you want, but new collectors, when they get that bug initially, try and get everything graded, you know? And I'll tell you what, as much trash as you want to say, the print runs now are nowhere near what the prints were in the 90s. When you thought you had a lot of books, go back in the 90s when you had 1 million copies of X-Men 1.
Dude, I mean, obviously a lot of them don't survive, but like the print runs in the 60s, in the early 60s when these books were coming out. I mean, you could hear it right from he tells the story tons of time. You're talking about 500,000 print run on these books. Obviously, it's a long time ago, so a lot don't survive, but these print runs are way small.
You want to talk about Stanley? Josh, hold the show. I'm going to bring something. I got an oddity book, and a shout out to Doug Bratton, because he showed me this book. I got to show you guys this. Hold on.
Okay. What else? Do we see a celestial war at some point? I would say probably yes, Matt. Did you see it yet, Matt? Will Strange Tales 10 go up in price? I mean, yeah, but I think just kind of by default, Arsenio. I mean, I think any old book, especially that old, will always go up. Like the Alex Ross patch background. Oh,
Strange Tales 10. 10 or 110. So I'm going to show you something here that you've probably never seen, Josh. Tell me if you've ever seen this before.
no.
Okay, so Doug Bratton hit me up. This is called You Don't Say. Stan Lee used to produce this, right? And it's kind of like those Cracked and Mad Magazine type of things. You know, you see some, allow me to introduce myself.
Yeah.
The oddity with this book is that this book is made and put into print just before or after Kennedy gets killed, gets assassinated. It was supposed to be pulled off the shelves, and there are still some of these out in print.
Is that like so that's what? That's 62?
63.
63, okay.
Whatever it is.
So what? How big is that? Is that a magazine size?
Magazine size, yeah. It's a magazine size. So Doug Bratton put me up on this.
Can you open it, or is it brittle?
Yeah. So, like on the back cover, you've got like Frank Sinatra with Rodney Dangerfield, and they do all kinds of spoofy stuff. See?
Yeah.
If he spills another drink on me, it means war. But these were all supposed to be pulled off the shelf.
What's the inside? Let me see something from the inside.
Yeah.
Okay. And Stan Lee did this, huh?
Yeah. This is from Stan Lee. This is You Don't Say by Stan Lee.
Where did you get that?
I got it on eBay. Very few of these pop up.
How much is it? I mean, do you mind saying what it goes for? Or?
Yeah, it wasn't expensive. Well, it was like a $20-something purchase. I just like the oddity of it. Something pulled from the shelves that Stan Lee created right around because of Kennedy getting assassinated. Just something you don't see too often.
Yeah, that is dope.
You know, but yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't guarantee that these specs will come through, but $2 a pop, man. Those are easy books to pick up. I want to thank Josh for joining me here. Go check out my man Thorough, because he's going to be dropping some knowledge real soon. Check out the New York Warriors and check out my boy, The Principal Defects, as always. And until my next video, peace.